Amy from the Johns Island Library, and I am in one of the most beautiful places on earth. This is Kiowa Island, Cinder Creek, and we are going to talk about alligators today. I'm so excited. I have a few fun books and some fun songs, and we're just going to have a great time, and I encourage you to follow along with me. So here's my little gator right here. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to put him down, and we're going to do our opening song. So follow along with me. Here we go. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, pat your head. If you're ready for a story, pat your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, pat your head. If you're ready for a story, touch your nose. If you're ready for a story, touch your nose. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, touch your nose. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummy. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummy. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, rub your tummy. Yay, y'all did such a good job with that. And now we're going to read our first book, which is so super fun. And it is what I would call a classic because it's been around for a long time. It was around when I was your age, which was quite a while ago. So this one is called There's an Alligator Under My Bed by Mercer Mayer. So this is so fun. Ooh, I think we all need to be happy that we don't have alligators under our beds. So here we go. There used to be an alligator under my bed. When it was time to go to sleep, I had to be very careful. Look at him climbing up on that board. Because I knew he was there. Did we see him? But whenever I looked, he hid or something. I see a little eyeball right there. So I'd call Mom and Dad. Mom, Dad! But they never saw it. It was up to me. I just had to do something about that alligator. So, I went to the kitchen to get some alligator bait. I filled a paper bag full of things alligators like to eat. Ooh, I can't wait to see what alligators like to eat. See what he comes up with. I put a peanut butter sandwich, some fruit, and the last piece of pie in the garage. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Ooh, and I put cookies down the hall, and I left fresh vegetables on the stairs. All kinds of good stuff. I put a soda and some candy next to my bed. Then I watched and waited. Sure enough, out he came to get something to eat. Ooh, here he comes. Then I hid in the hall closet. I followed him down the stairs. I followed him down the hall. Then he crawled into the garage. There he goes. And I slammed the door and locked it. Hooray! Then I went to bed. There wasn't even any mess to clean up. Boy, that alligator ate everything. Now that there is an alligator in the garage, I wonder if my dad will have any trouble getting in his car tomorrow morning. So I'll just leave him a note. I love this note. Cute little picture of an alligator. Dear Dad, there's an alligator in the garage. If you need help, wake me up. Warning, be careful. And what a fun book, and y'all did such a good job listening. So we're gonna do a fun little alligator song, and I would love for you to do the movements with me. So let's warm up our hands and our fingers. So here we go. Let's put our hands out like we have an alligator. Alligator, alligator, long and green. Alligator, alligator, teeth so mean. Snapping at a fly, snapping at a frog, snapping at a bee, but you can't catch me. Let's do that one more time because that was so much fun. Alligator, alligator, long and green. Alligator, alligator, teeth so mean. Snapping at a fly, snapping at a frog, snapping at a bee, but you can't catch me. That was so much fun, and it was just so silly. I love all these silly songs and books. So speaking of silly, our next book is Dances for Everyone. I love to dance, so I especially love this one. And look at this sweet alligator here. Do you think she's wanting to dance? Mm-hmm. And I don't know that alligators usually dance with people, do they? Maybe they dance out in the wild and we just don't know it. So here we go. Mrs. Arena and her ballerinas were surprised. There was a new student in their dance class. And look, she's looking so shy. They decided it was okay for her to join. Besides, who would be brave enough to tell a 450-pound alligator she couldn't? Not me. She didn't understand what was being said, but she was great at following along. Ooh, that's a good thing to know, is to follow along. They were pleased that she didn't try to eat anyone, not even a nibble. So still, precautions were taken just in case the new student got hungry. I love their precautions. Well, so they have some alligator chow. They've got a net, and the teacher is reading a book called Living with Alligators. I love that. After a while, they got used to having an alligator in their class. They started calling her Tanya because she bore a resemblance to the great prima ballerina, Madame Tanya Prefontaine. Do we see the resemblance there? Tanya liked that a lot. She's so happy. Much like Madame Prefontaine, Tanya was very strong, a bit too strong. And she didn't seem to know what was going on with her tail. Look at these little girls, they're going, no! The studio got a lot smaller when there was an alligator dancing in it. It was a problem. But what could they do? They didn't want to hurt her feelings. That might make her grumpy or bitey. Besides, they didn't speak alligator. Love this little girl going blah, 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 blah. And the alligator's going, what? Of course, who understands blah, 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 blah. But I guess that's what it sounded like to the alligator. Mrs. Arena and the students came up with an idea. They would create a dance for someone who was very large, very enthusiastic, and had a big swishy tail. Ooh, I love that idea. The next week they started learning the new dance. It was called The Legend of the Swamp Queen. Tanya was overjoyed to have the lead role, the Swamp Queen. Mrs. Arena and the other students were happy to see her having so much fun. Look at her, she's so happy. Also, they loved not getting hit by her tail. It was going so well that they agreed that the Legend of the Swamp Queen would be the perfect piece for their upcoming recital. Oh, on the big night, everyone giggled with nervous excitement, and then the dance started. Oh, I love this. Look at them all so happy. I love it. And in sync. I love that. Oh, goodness. And here's the audience. So enthusiastic. So strong. What an unbelievably realistic alligator costume. The audience loved it. So, when Tanya didn't show up for the next class, they wondered why. Weeks went by, and Tanya was still missing. Then one day, they received an invitation to a very special performance. Ooh, excited to see what this is. Look, who might this be? That's Tanya. And she had another dance recital with her friends out by the river in the forest. I love it. And the audience loved it. I love that so much. And that would be the end. I love this back page with little Tanya with all the little dancers. I hope you loved this book as much as I did. It was so much fun. Are you ready for another song? I am. So this is a song that we have all done many times, and it is so much fun. But we have a fun little extra stanza at the end, which is extra silly and alligatory. So here we go. And please do the motions with me. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Sway, sway, sway your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see an alligator, don't forget to scream. Ah! That was so much fun. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. All right, ready for another fun book? And this is another really silly one. All right. Alan's big, scary teeth. Oh my goodness. And look at, they're going ding. How shiny they are. All right, here we go. Oh, look at Alan. Alan came from a long line of very scary alligators. He was known throughout the jungle for his scaring, and it was what he did best. Alan would start each day polishing his scales, sharpening his nails, and brushing each of his big scary teeth for at least 10 minutes at a time. I bet they were clean teeth. And after practicing his frightening faces in the mirror, and practice your frightening faces, those are so much fun. He'd sneak into the jungle for his morning round of scaring. Alan went snap, snap, and grr, grr. He said things like, I'm big scary Alan, fear my razor sharp teeth. Oh my goodness, and he's so happy doing it. He made the frogs leap off their lily pads, and the monkeys tumble from their trees, and parrots screech in terrible terror. Ah! Eek! Ah! Bwah, ha, ha, ha. I love being scary, said Alan. After a long day of scaring the jungle animals, Alan would head back home to the swamp, relax, finish the crossword in the Jungle Times, and take out his false teeth. What? Nobody knew about Alan's false teeth. Oh my goodness, how silly is that? Good night, teeth. Sweet dreams, my scary snappers, Alan would say as he put them away carefully in his super secret hiding place. One morning, Barry the Beaver was up early collecting wood and came across a dozing Alan. Oh, he's so happy being asleep there in the water. Terrified that Alan might wake up and gobble him whole, he quickly dived behind a bush. Phew! That was close, thought Barry, just as a set of false teeth fell out of a bush with a very familiar snap, snap. Oh my goodness, wouldn't you be as surprised as he would if you saw those teeth? When Alan awoke, his teeth were gone. My teeth, my teeth! Where are my teeth? What could he do? Maybe no one would notice? Could he still be scary without them? He decided to head into the jungle as usual. He made the frogs leap off their lily pads, the monkeys tumble from the trees, and the parrots screech with laughter. Alan just wasn't very scary without his teeth. Snap, snap, gwah. Ha, 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 hee, 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 hee. Oh, I feel bad for Alan now. Alan slunk back to the swamp. He had never been more embarrassed. He came from a long line of very scary alligators. Scaring was all he had ever known. What would Alan do now? Poor Alan began to cry, just a bit at first. But then the tears kept coming. He howled and yowled more than all the jungle babies put together. Look at him all by himself, poor little thing. And he could not stop crying until the next morning, when all the animals turned up at Alan's swamp with his big scary teeth. We'll give you back your teeth, said Frog. Well, will he, said Alan. On one condition, said Parrot. You have to stop scaring us. But what will I do? I don't know how to do anything else. we have an idea, said Frog. Oh, these are some silly ideas. I love this. And so every day, after polishing his scales, sharpening his nails, and brushing his big scary teeth, Alan headed into the jungle and became Alan the gardener. Look at that. He was chewing up these leaves to, I guess, to help the monkeys home there. And I love this one. Alan the hairdresser. Look at what he did to that parrot's hair. And it's called snappy cuts. And Alan the dentist. Boy, that poor little frog getting his teeth brushed. Ooh, come on, Paige. There we go. But every night, he became Alan the big scary storyteller, thrilling the jungle animals with his terrifying tales. Woo, scared in a different way. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha. I love being scary, said Alan. And sometimes he even let Barry borrow his teeth. I love it. Wasn't that just silly? I loved it so much. And thank you for listening along. So, are we ready for, I think it's our closing song. The story time went really fast. And I had so much fun with you. And I hope you had fun as well. So here we go. See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear, wave goodbye, butterfly. I really am so excited to have come out to this beautiful place on Kiowa. I mean, look behind me at how amazing that is. And I know on our drive here, we'd actually saw a couple of really big gators, which was so cool. It's like they knew what we were doing today, and I loved that. So I hope y'all all have a beautiful rest of the day, and I hope you had a lot of fun. And I look forward to our next story time. Thank you.